Hello friends. Today you're going to be working on creating a storyteller, and the type of storyteller you're going to be making is called a story turtle. Helen Cordero is influencing this lesson. She is from the Southwest in New Mexico, from Pueblo tribe, and she is known for her work of her storyteller figures, which she was influenced by her own grandfather, who was a storyteller, Santiago. And so the way you're going to work on this today is this will just be a practice round. You're going to be making one out of clay next week that will go and get fired in the kiln, and you'll then glaze it and you will take it home. So for our practice today, you will need to take a piece of clay and break it in half, and you're going to stick with the same color. I don't have the same kind of clay at home, so your clay would need to be broken up into 2 pieces in half. And then from there, you're going to need to break up your clay into 3 even pieces on one side. So this will be my side that's going to be the 3 even pieces. So I'm going to break this and this and this into 3 pieces. And I'm going to roll these into coils. So let's say they started out as a ball. And I'm just going to roll this back and forth. And it's important that you go back and forth so it stays even. So I'm rolling the clay back and forth. And again, in order to get the clay to roll, you might have to stand up for more leverage. And you want it to be even, so you have to go back and forth. If you stay in the same spot, it will break the clay into 2 pieces. So here will be our second one. Back and forth until it's like the same length as the other one. You can use 2 hands if that's easier for you. And you can see this end is a little bit too narrow. So then here's my second piece. These are going to be the legs of my turtle. And then this last one is going to be the head and the tail of my turtle. So the tail end, you can just kind of roll on that side until it gets to be a little bit narrower. And then you want to keep the head part thicker for your turtle. And the ones we make next week will be larger. These are just a practice day. So now I have 3 pieces. Then you're going to make an X, and next week you'll be taking a pencil and you'll be scoring by making little marks in the clay and adding water to it, and then you're going to press down and seam them together. And then the third one, you're going to press for the head and the tail right here. Then you can set this piece off to the side. The next step is making your shell. And so you're gonna need to really make sure you get your clay nice and soft. So I'm just trying to heat this up as much as I can with my hands. And if you hold the clay in your hands for a minute or 2, and you start to smooth it and smear it, press it together, it will begin to be more malleable and easily movable, shapeable. So just keep doing this until you feel your clay is heating up and it's easier to manipulate and change to the way you want it to be. And then put it into a sphere shape. So I'm just heating this up. The friction in my hands, rolling on the clay is heating the temperature up. And now I have it into a sphere, and then I'm going to press my thumb downward. And if you're finding this to be too difficult, you might need to heat your clay up even more. And we're just gonna make a simple pinch pot. So once you press your thumb into the clay, you don't wanna press it all the way through or you'll have a hole, but this is going to be the turtle shell. And I pinch with my 2 fingers, and I press down with my thumb, I pull up with my fingers, and I rotate with my other hand in this motion all the way around. And I'm using quite a bit of force as I'm pinching the clay and pressing the clay. And I keep doing this. I first start on the bottom. When I get all the way around, then I start working my way up the walls. You can see it starting to form. And then if you get enough space, you can start to put both your thumbs inside. But if that doesn't feel comfortable with for you, then just stick with the one hand. And my shell will start to get larger and larger. And if you're left-handed, you'd keep your left thumb inside and you'd rotate with your right hand. This is called a pinch pot. And then the last step for today would just simply be, so you can see I tried to get my walls all to be the same thickness as the edge. So the bottom, the base is the same thickness as the edge of my turtle shell. Now I'm just simply going to press this down. And when I flip it over, you'll see I have my turtle. And then you can add details to add the claws or put some eyes on there. And that is our practice for today. I look forward to creating this with you next week. Have fun.